Okay, I have a brand new effect for you today. I call this the infinite loop card trick. So as you can see, I have 12 cards of different values, suits, and colors on the table. So we'll go ahead and gather these up. Now, if you'd like to, you can actually perform a shadowy shuffle before you begin. And if you stick around to the end, I'll point out an important subtlety if you choose to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to put out pairs of cards into a circle of sorts here, keeping it within camera view. So what I need you to do is go ahead and just point to any one of the pairs. It is a free choice. You want this one right here? Okay. So what I need you to do is I need you to remember the identity of the bottom card. That is the card for you to remember. Now, as the performer, I wouldn't see this ordinarily, right? Only the spectator would see it. It's the Jack of Diamonds, okay? And at this point, you're free to put your pair on any one of the remaining 5 pairs. So where would you like to put it? Over here? Okay. Now you're free to stack any one of these 4 remaining pairs on top. You want this one? Okay. And where would you like this one stacked? Any one of the 3. Up here? Okay. And which of these would you like stacked on top? The left one. Okay. And then we'll stack the remaining larger pile on top of that final pair. Okay. Now you may have heard of the idea of an infinite loop, and it is something to be avoided, if at all possible. But in magic, if you hit an infinite loop, the only way out of it is through some kind of magical intuition and sensitivity. So let me show you what we're going to do here. We're going to look at the value of the top card, and then I'm going to deal that many cards to the table and then discard the next card. So let me just show you. So ace. Okay, so A, C, E, discard the next one. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, a 6. S, I, X. Discard the next one. And next one, 10. T, E, N. Discard the next one. And, oh, S, I, X again. 6. Okay. Oh, a jack. J, A, C, K. Discard the next one. Okay. Oh, ace. A, C, E. Discard the next one. 10. T, E, N. Discard the next one. Followed my own algorithm here. 5, F-I-V-E, discard the next one. Oh, S-I-X, discard the next one. Okay, what are we getting down to? A-C-E, discard the next one. Wait, let's try that again. Oh, S-I-X, discard the next one. There is no next one. So we could do, wait a second. A-C-E, discard. Okay, this is definitely feeling like an infinite loop here. We don't have a next card to discard. That's the problem. Okay, so I think what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to use our magical intuition to finish the job of this routine. So I think between the two of us working together, I think we should succeed. So I think what I'll do is maybe I'll randomly put a finger on each of 2 cards, and then you can choose which of these 2 to discard. It really is a free choice that you can make. So which of these 2 do you want put in the discard pile? Far right? Okay. And then I guess you'd come in here and put a finger on each of these. So there's only 2 left. And then I need to use my magical intuition to discard one of these. Let's see, maybe I'll discard this one here, okay? So let's find out for the first time whether we actually succeeded despite the infinite loop that was thrown our way. So for the first time, can you state the identity of the card that you actually saw at the very beginning? The Jack of Diamonds? Okay, let's take a look. Oh, there he is. There's the Jack of Diamonds. We did it. Oh boy. Sometimes the mathematics will get you most of the way there, and then you have to finish up with genuine, authentic, pure magic. Okay. Okay, so how does this work quickly? So let me just explain. This is a great little structure that I discovered. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to separate the cards that have 3 letters in their names versus those that have 4 letters in their names. Okay, so here, right, dropping the cards everywhere. We'll have 6 of them. In fact, I'll show you why I'm doing this in a minute. I'm going to put 3 red on top, 3 black on bottom. Okay, get my words out. Same thing here. Maybe I'll put the red ones on top. So just notice all of those have 3 letters in their names, and these have 4 letters in their names. Okay, so the invariant sequence with a special lone survivor is this one right here. So it's just 3, 4 repeated a total of 6 times. The 6 here is for concatenation. So 3, 4, 3, 4 all the way through. So it's alternating. This is a cyclic packet here. Okay, so these start with 3 letters. These start with 4. So the thing to do is go ahead and have the 3-letter card names on top and the 4-letter card names on bottom. And this is the setup for it. Just do a Klondike shuffle and you're ready to start. So it's just created this 3, 4, 3, 4 alternation of the number of letters in the card value names. That's all it's done. 6 has 3, 4 has 4, and so forth. Okay. Now I did mention that you are free to do a Charlier shuffle, and I can add a link in the description below to help convince the spectator. The only proviso is you need to be sure that you finish that shuffle with a card at the bottom that has 4 letters in its name, okay? And 10 has 3, okay? So if I were to see that, I would continue that Charlier shuffle until I got one with 4, okay? Now, if you're really having a hard time, now I got it this time, but if you're really having a hard time getting a 4-letter card name to the bottom, what will always get you there is to do this first shall be last, you know, where the spectator says, stop, stop, and you deal into different piles, and then stack in opposite order. That always reverses the packet. So if you had a 3-letter card name at the bottom, and you do what I just showed you, you'll now have a 4-letter card name at the bottom. Okay. Or just not have any cuts at the beginning, which is what I chose to do. Okay. And then from there, if you actually just do everything that I did, this is going to work for you for the simple reason that the choices that are made by the spectator will end up putting their selection right where we need it to be. The asterisk is marking the lone survivor. Okay. And so, for example, if they choose this one, we have them put on top of any of these. Any of those can go on top. This can go on top of any of those. Either one of those can go on top, and then this goes on top of there. So if you look at what's happening is the card that they've noted, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the top, is in the lone survivor position. Okay? And so now when you do this reading the number of letters in the card value name and then doing T-E-N, discard, drop the rest on top, and so forth, right? C-E, discard. What will happen is at the very end, as you saw, probably those very cards, you'll finish with a situation like this, where, of course, their card is face down, right? Their card would be face down. But their selected card or noted card will always be the middle card. It will be surrounded by a card that has 3 letters in its name, as well as below it will be a card with 3 letters in its name. And the challenge there is when you use this procedure, you're going to run into an infinite loop of sorts, because you're going to read that one and go, S-I-X, discard the next card. There is no next card. So you can use kind of a magician's force or magician's choice here to force the middle one. And there's many ways to do that. I just happen to do the I put my fingers on 2 cards, you discard one of the 2 that I put my fingers on, and then you put your fingers here, and I just need to discard in a way that I leave this one as the lone survivor. Okay, so it's kind of a fun one because it's almost like you're needing mathematics to get you most of the way there, but then the mathematics kind of breaks down, doesn't finish the job, so you have to use more traditional magical techniques to force the spectator's card in that final phase of the routine. So anyway, that's the secret to it. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.